For example, many of us try to control costs as expense of having good reports or results, which we have already informed. And also, many of us, we don't eventually record our costs from the beginning of the production cycle or farming cycle. And at the end of the day, we're not able to match our costs with our revenue in order to know whether we are making profit on the business or not. So I want to start from how we can handle our costs, how we can handle our costs effectively. One thing I want us to understand as a businessman, before you can talk about control of costs, because many of us, we are controlling our costs. I've heard a lot that people said they are trying to reduce the cost, eventually go from one particular feed, and it has effect on the production and led to great loss. So one thing I want us to understand before you can think of controlling your cost is look at cost-benefit analysis. Cost-benefit analysis. What does it mean? What simply means is that before you can control your costs, look at what is going to happen at the end of the day if you reduce your costs. Are you going to benefit at the long run, or you are going to have some losses as a farmer? For example, if you want to, let us look at the area of feed. You normally use one particular feed, and you now realize that the price of that feed has gone up. Then you want to shift to another feed. Look at the effects before you jump to another feed. So that's number one. Then number two, many of us, we don't take record of our costs. We don't take record. We don't record what we are incurring on the business. And we are pumping money, spending a lot of money day by day. So we need to create a record whereby we will be recording whatsoever you are spending on your business, so that at the end of the day you're able to match your cost with your revenue in order to know whether you are making profit or loss. Then another area that I want to talk about in the area of cost is there is no segregation between the owner of the business and the business itself. Many of us, our personal costs, expenses that we are incurring, we are putting it on the business. I don't know whether we are getting what I'm saying. Our personal expenses, we are putting it on the business, and it's not supposed to be. If as a manager or director or the owner of the business, it is advisable to place ourselves on allowance or salary, so that as you are paying other workers, you pay yourself. So if you want to incur any cost related to your personal, you will spend from that allowance, not from the what? Not from the business. So that's another thing. Then, having understood how we can handle costs, I want to move quickly to area of cost centers. There's something we call cost center in business or organization. Cost centers. Cost centers simply refer to a section or area or department of a business that cannot directly earn profits or revenue. But it is very important to other section of business, because without that cost center, other area cannot flourish. For example, your maintenance area. as a farmer is your cost center. Your maintenance area is your cost center. If you are not taking care of your maintenance very well, it will, you know, your production will not be what? Will not give you good results. So then another area of cost center is feed. Feed. No, we have been enlightened how to the type of feed we should use to feed our animals or fishes. Then another area we still need to look at veterinary care. It's part of cost center. It's part of cost center. Because all these can have effect over farm profitability. Then the next area that I want to talk about is budgeting and planning. Budgeting and planning. Budgeting and planning. Actually, you don't need a chartered accountant to come and plan for you or do a budget plan how you will run your business. What you just need to understand, basic things that will guide you to plan and to budget. As we know, the budget is a financial plan over a specific period of time. And that period of time may be week, month, or a year. Now, if you want to do your budget as a farmer, you need to understand your farming circle, or your operational circle. For example, the poultry farmers. Are you here, please? Please, I want you to help me out. What are the operational circle of your broilers? 6 weeks. What about layers? Layers, sir. 2 years. 2 months. Then turkeys. 6 months. Okay. Your budget will be based on your operational cycle. Now, for example, broilers. If you have a lot of broilers that you want to keep, maybe for the next season, Christmas, and you purchase those broilers now. What do you call it, sir? Sir? And day-old chicks. Thank you. I'm trying to familiarize myself with the farmer's terms. So now what you need to do is to prepare your budget based on the operational operational cycle. That is week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, and week 6. Then in week 1, you need to look at some certain costs that you must incur. We call it unaffordable costs. There's no way you can avoid those costs. You cannot avoid it. Like your feed, you cannot avoid it. Like your drugs, am I correct, sir? You cannot avoid it. So then, in day 1, how much it will cost? Week 1, how much it will cost you to feed those brothers? Let us be precise. Let us be precise. If they are 100, how much it will cost you to feed them? Week 2, they might have grown up a little bit. Am I correct? Then the feeding will increase. How much it will cost you? Then week 3, how much it will cost you? And so on and so forth, like that. Then also there's something we need to understand when we are preparing our budgets. We need to understand variable costs and fixed costs. Variable cost is cost that varies according to the level of productions, and it changes. It's not static. It's changing. So when you are preparing your variable cost budget, that is when you are preparing your budget, your fee, you need to look at inflation. You need to think about inflationary rates. Because if you don't consider it, for example, if you bought 5 bags of figs this week at rate of 30,000 per bag, by next week if you go to market, it will have increased to maybe 40 or 35. So when you are preparing your budget, you need to think of inflation. Then another thing we need to consider when we are preparing our budget is fees cost. Fees cost is very, very important. It does not change. You always fees. So no matter how level of your production, your fees cost will be the same. If you are producing maybe 200 bags, your fees cost will be the same with somebody who is producing 100 bags if they are using the same facilities. So the more you produce, the more it will be gain for you when you are incurring your fees cost. Then, because of time, let me move to the next area. Tracking expenses. Tracking expenses. I want to be practical. Daddy and mommy, please. You will permit me. When we are talking about tracking expenses, we mean keeping of records. How many farmers have record here, please? Let us be sincere. How many of us have record? Yes, sir. Financial record. You can see, many of us do not have record. Because it's not everybody that raises up his hand. And when we are talking about records, you don't need to employ a chartered accountant or a qualified accountant to prepare financial record for you. What you just need, you can get higher education or hardcover. Hardcover. When you get an hardcover, make sure you record all your what? Expenses, daily expenses. And as you begin to earn income, record your income. And at the end of the period or production cycle, then you match your income with your expenses. You will know whether you are making profit or not. And with this dynamism, you can also use your spreadsheets, your Excel, your telephone, and so on and so forth. So record keeping is very, very key, very important. Then another area that I want us to look at is improving profit margin. You have been running this business. You have been having profit. How can you move on? How can you improve your profits? There are some areas we need to look into that can help our business to have more profit or to make more profit. For example, when we are talking about figs, maybe we always buy our figs in small quantity. But if we can source for fund and go for bulk purchases, there's something we call discount. Am I correct? Yes. Trade discounts. We are going to enjoy discounts, which is going to be additional plus to our business. Additional plus to our business. Then another area is how to handle wastages.